Looking for a way to improve your lifestyle and find balance in your life? If so, then you need to check out the Stay Fit and Well Talk show. This educational package will help you learn how to live a healthy lifestyle and make the most of your life. We cover a wide range of topics on the show, including fitness, nutrition, mental health, and more. You can watch us live on Facebook and YouTube every Thursday at 6 p.m. WAT, 12 p.m. EST. So if you're looking for a way to improve your life and get healthy, be sure to tune in to the Stay Fit and Well Talk show.
Hello.
Right. Hello, viewers.
Hello.
Welcome to another episode of Stay Fit and Well Talk Show brought to you by Labos TV, where we bring everything on one platform. My name is Shirley Murphy, and as always, I have the ladies with me in the studio. I have with me Jennifer McNeil. Hello, Jennifer.
Hi. Yes, good morning, Sherelle, Shirley, and our guests. It is truly my pleasure to be here today, and we have a fantastic subject that we're going to talk about. And you guys already know me. I'm the lady that puts the stretch videos out on Facebook every morning or when I can, because sometimes I will admit I do put stretches out at night because we can stretch at any time during the day. And how about that? Later on in the show, I'm going to share with you a couple of my favorite stretching techniques. Even one that I've already posted when I was in Jamaica and was walking and sharing it. So I am so excited to be able to do that today. Back to you, Shirley.
All right. Thank you very much. I know today is going to be filled with a lot of fun and, of course, great information that will help you deal with your stress. Because, of course, you have heard a bit from the fitness leader that has, just shared. Jennifer has just shared a bit about what's coming. All right. So we also have with us Cheryl D. Mims. Hello, Cheryl. How are you doing today?
I am fantastic. Thank you so much, Dr. Shirley. I always call everybody Doctor. Dr. Shirley, Jennifer, ladies, listen. It's going to be a wonderful show today. We're going to talk about stress management part 2. I am Sherelle D. Mims. I am the queen of empowering caregivers at Global Caregivers Network and Global Caregiver Speakers. Listen, go over on the Facebook pages and connect with me. Invite yourself in, and I'll let you come on in and let's have a wonderful day today. We all deal with stress. Stay tuned. We got some answers for you. Back to you, Shirley.
All right. Thank you so very much, Cheryl. And together we are out to make your healthy living our priority. Stay Fit and
Mm-hmm.
Well Talk Show is a place for you every week with our expert guests on the show to help you live a healthy lifestyle just for you. And as always, we promise to make the show be very informative, educative, entertaining, and of course, inspiring just for you. But don't
Just for
forget
you.
to get your notepad and pen so you can be able to take notes because these are life saving tips that if you don't need it today, you're going to need it someday. So make sure you get a notepad and then be ready to take notes. You can also join us or watch us live on YouTube. And also, don't forget this show is streamed every Thursday, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and 5 p.m. West African Time. I will not forget to also encourage you to share this broadcast. Share this broadcast to as many friends and family members that you have out there, and also to as many groups because you may be saving somebody's life out there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so today, just like the ladies has already shared, we'll be into what stress management is and how you can effectively manage stress. what are possible stress triggers, and of course, the signs that you need to watch out for. What exercise
Mm-hmm.
routine, like the fitness that will be taking us through it, exercise routines help you manage stress. Because as you and I know, managing stress can help you live a more balanced and healthier
Mm-hmm.
life for you. So, before we go, that we have today, we'll quickly go on a break and we'll be
Are
right
you
back.
looking for a way to improve your lifestyle and find balance in your life? If so, then you need to check out the Stay Fit and Well Talk show. This educational package will help you learn how to live a healthy lifestyle and make the most of your life. We cover a wide range of topics on the show, including fitness, nutrition, mental health, and more. You can watch us live on Facebook and YouTube every Thursday at 6 p.m. WAT, 12 p.m. EST. So if you're looking for a way to improve your life and get healthy, be sure to tune in to the Stay Fit and Well Talk show.
Stress.
All right, welcome back. Today, we'll be talking about stress management part two. It is natural, it is normal to be stressed. So feel
Mm-hmm.
like, oh no, why should I know? It is normal. It is absolutely natural. It's normal to be stressed. But sometimes long-term stress can cause physical symptoms, emotional symptoms, and unhealthy behaviors that leads or snowballs into something our body does not like. So today, like we mentioned, our sisters, and of course, the three of us, we're going to stress management is. And like I said, we have a first leader in the house by the name Jennifer McNeil, and also a registered nurse that will also give us insight about some of the things that you can do medically to help you relieve of stress. So before we go on, we're going to take health news for you. So stay tuned. Hello, Jenny, Cheryl. Sorry, over to you.
Yes. Thank you so much, Dr. Shirley. Jan, listen, this is the health news for you today. We know stress, right? That's what we're talking about today. But did you know where did stress even come from? Let me just share something with you. Back in 19, I'm gonna give you a little history class here. In 1936, I wasn't thought about, you wasn't thought about, none of us was thought about. A guy by the name of Hans Seeley. First name is spelled Hans, last name Selye. He defines stress as the non-specific response of the body to any demand for change. That was the definition back in 1936. So let's fast forward today. We can easily define what excuse me, what stress is. Stress, in my opinion, and according to the Merriam-Webster dictionary, I wasn't too far off. It's the uneasy feeling that we get in our body in response to external stimulation, external stress. It affects us what? Psychologically, in the mind, physiologically, in the body, and then emotionally we're distraught. Our bodies just go through I call it a metamorphosis, if you will, anytime you're dealing with stress. So we're going to give you some signs and symptoms. Jen going to talk about this later. But did you know that according to the American Psychological Association, 87% of those rising felt that the cost of living, the everyday things that's going on in life, is causing them to be stressed. So, with the news that you need to know, things that's going on around you, your external stimulations, listen, death can be one of them. That's a part of a stressor. When you hear that you just heard that someone passed away, that is a stressor. Your whole body goes through a metamorphosis. So, this is what we want you to do in the health news for you. We want you to take care of yourself. This is just a little history and a little significance of what's going in your body in the health news for you. Take that with you and listen. Eat to live and live to be healthy and well. Stay fit and well. This is what we're talking about today. Thank you so much. And if you need to contact us, get in contact with Jen. She's the fit expert. She's the fit guru. So that is your health news for today. Back to you, Shirley. And before we go back to Shirley, let me say this. Let me just throw this in there before we go back to Shirley. Hold on a minute, Dr. Shirley. So this is the thing here, Jen. In your
Oh,
opinion,
I
in
was
your
muted.
opinion, with stress, I just gave a brief definition of how I feel about stress, in my opinion. So, what is your opinion, and how do you define stress in the fitness world?
Stress does not discriminate. It doesn't matter if you are fit or not. Stress is a part of life. You can't get away from it.
Mm-hmm.
So, the best thing to disrupt aging and live a quality life is to learn how to manage it because we
Correct.
can manage it. It all
Absolutely.
starts with this.
And that's what we're going to talk about today. How do we manage stress?
That's right.
Because you're right, Jen, we cannot get away from it.
That's right.
It's inevitable. It's what
That's
do you do? What is your response to stress? So we're
yes.
going to let Shirley give us her definition and her opinion. What
Hmm.
is stress in your opinion, Dr. Shirley?
All right, thank you. Thank you. Like the connection is going in and out. I hope you can hear me. Can you still hear
Mm-hmm.
me?
Yes.
Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Yes.
Can you hear me
Yes.
okay? Okay. All right, thank you. All right, so stress, as the two of you has rightly put it, and stress is normal, like I mentioned earlier, is a normal and natural thing for every one of us, every human, to have that reaction that happens day in, day out. In fact, from every time in our body, we have this reaction that something, is changing. There's some sort of change in our body. The human body is designed to experience stress and react to it.
Right.
So
Hmm.
when you react or experience changes or stress, the stressors they call it, your
Hmm.
body produces either physical or mental responses. It responds differently. Like sometimes when I remember Cheryl was mentioning, when you have a loss of a loved one,
Mm-hmm.
that thing that enters into your brain and makes you, oh wow, what just happened.
That's
There's gonna be this reaction that comes on your entire system. It is what also matters, because if you respond to it negatively, that's going to weigh you down and take you into a journey that you be able to come out from. So stress is something
Hmm.
that is normal, but the way we react or respond to it is what makes the difference. So stress is normal to everybody. So that's my own opinion.
and you know what? Just to
Okay, so
piggyback on what Dr.
Jenny.
Yes. Did I hear a question? Did I hear a question? I heard Jennifer, but I didn't hear the question. I heard
I
my
think
name, but I didn't hear the question. I have a question.
yes. So Dr. Shirley, she may be going in and out. So
Okay.
we want to know from you, Jennifer,
Yes.
how can people effectively manage stress?
There are a number of ways. And before I respond to that question, I do want to offer a disclaimer. As indicated earlier, I am not a doctor. I am not a nurse. That's Sherelle. My career profession was dentistry and management. However, while in the military, I was what we refer to as master fitness qualified. And of course, to stay active duty, you had to maintain your weight, and be physically active and physically engaged and got that get up and go. endurance. Right? So all of that is that. However, when I retired and had my exit physical, or shall I say, when I decided to retire, I started having medical issues to the point where it became stressful. I did not want to have surgery. And even thinking about it resulted in a crying moment, what I sometimes refer to as a significant emotional event. And however, through the conversation and accepting the fact that this is something I did not want, I turned to my doctor and I asked him, "Can I continue to walk?" And he said yes. At that point, that stress began to slowly decrease because mentally I had decided that I was going to combat this idea. This was not going to happen for me. And I started thinking more positive of a more natural approach, unknowing what the results would be for me. So that's how I actually got into this. I don't want anyone to have any preconceived ideas that I am stepping into a territory that I know absolutely nothing about, because I'm like many of you in our audience. We are wanting to live a productive life. So I read and I research. And for this show, my resources was a health organization that is affiliated with the military, with the government, actually, is a government agency called Health Incorporated, as well as the National Institute of Health and WebMD, which are two sources that I use when I'm reading about health and activities that are beneficial, especially to those of us who are getting older in age. But of course, it's applicable to everyone. So, with that being said, your attitude has a lot to do with how you manage stress, because we know we've accepted the fact it is a normal part of life. Just like you mentioned, someone that's close to you dies, it is devastating. Really, you start to reflect. And sometimes that result in depression or some of these other issues that comes about, which are aggravated when you're stressful. Your hormones go out of control, go out of whack. That's a normal reaction. So it's not an isolated thing. So, stress does not discriminate. It applies to everyone. But I've learned that through my research that a positive attitude, as well as some other healthy choices, behavioral changes, can help manage stress. That was a great question. I like that.
Wow, that is good. You know what, Jen? These are real conversations that we're having.
Mm-hmm,
Thank you so much for that response. These are real conversations because everyone is dealing with stress, right?
mm-hmm,
Linda
mm-hmm,
Mims, thank you for watching. Cause she said that
mm-hmm.
she's going through that right now. She's
Yeah,
laid off from her job.
yeah.
So can you imagine that being a stress,
Mm-hmm,
cousin? We want to just send a shout out to you that you
mm-hmm,
continue to do what you need to do
mm-hmm,
to be live a healthy life. Number one,
mm-hmm,
and we
mm-hmm,
know it's real to have stress on us,
mm-hmm,
but do what you need to do.
mm-hmm,
Stay in the word,
mm-hmm,
exercise, get
mm-hmm,
around positive people.
mm-hmm,
Because one thing you
mm-hmm.
don't want to be is around someone else is going
It's
through the
negative.
same thing that you are. It's
That's
like,
right.
oh my goodness, it's like a domino effect. So
Yes.
Jen, thank you so much for that
Yes.
answer. It
Yes.
is it is definitely a conversation.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't stop here.
No, it doesn't.
Those in the
And
audience.
being laid off a job causes. How about something as simple? You have a weekly meeting, and you're already running late because something
Mhm.
happens at home. You get right to the job, and then there's a train, and then the train stops. Is that not stressful?
No,
Isn't that? I mean, that is stressful, really. So, when you think positive, you say, okay, let me notify my boss. I apologize. I'm running late. The train has just stopped. Doesn't the stress go away? It does. You're still late, but the stress has gone away because you thought, you didn't react. You didn't let your emotions take over. And that's what happens with stress. It causes your emotions just to go all out of whack. You say things, you do things. It's just horrible. It's a horrible feeling. Mhm. Yes.
Absolutely. But that's why I was sharing with the audience about that uneasy feeling that you get
Yes.
in your body, man. You be feeling like, oh my goodness, what is happening here?
Yeah.
It's an
Yeah.
uneasy feeling,
It is.
anxiety,
It
sadness,
is.
depression.
It
All of
is.
these play a part
Yes.
emotionally.
Yes.
And remember,
Yes.
like Dr. Shirley said, it comes in from the
Mm-hmm.
outside. It's an external
Mm-hmm.
stimulation that comes in,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's
Mm-hmm.
an uneasy feeling that you get.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna leave
Mm-hmm.
that right there. We have more that we need to talk about, but I'm gonna go back to Dr. Shirley. Dr. Shirley, you want to weigh in on this? Dr. Shirley, about
Yeah,
the effective
absolutely.
management of
Thank
stress?
you so very much, ladies. Yeah,
Yes,
yeah, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm just talking about. Okay, so managing stress, just like Jennifer has rightly put it, it depends on individuals. But you need to know that when the stress comes, you need to understand how your body is.
Mm-hmm.
Stress is just a new situation. So you need to know your body and how you can adjust to new situations as it comes.
Mm-hmm.
Something can just come up unexpectedly because we are all human and we never know
Mm-hmm.
what is ahead of us. So, but you need to get positioned in a way that you can always be at alert and also
Mm-hmm.
be positive
Mm-hmm.
and be motivated, ready to avoid, getting into that dangerous zone in
Mm-hmm.
your emotional state where
Mm-hmm.
you can, easily just, collapse or
Mm-hmm.
it will be difficult for you to come out from. Every
Mm-hmm.
one of us, like we mentioned earlier, is stress, but the way you respond to it matters. So the best way for you to manage stress, number one, is for you to know your body works, know your
Mm-hmm.
body system, and also stay positive at all times. I know sometimes it's not easy. For instance, I just want to still mention when Cheryl talked about losing a loved one. It may not be
Mm-hmm.
easy, to be able to manage that situation at the moment. But when you keep
Mm-hmm.
your head up high, and then know that you're definitely going to grieve, but know how and to what extent you can allow be so soaked into your grieving moment and all of that. If you have important a stress response might help your body to work harder or stay awake longer. But stress becomes a problem. Stress continue without relief or periods of relaxation. So you need to have a space where you can relax, have set some boundaries. This is what I'm going through. I have this is a challenge. I have it. There's nothing I can do about it, but this is how far you can go.
Mm-hmm.
It is you that
Mm-hmm.
will,
Mm-hmm.
give it put an end to it, to how far you
Mm-hmm.
want that stress to go,
To go.
because you know
Mm-hmm.
the adverse effects that it's going to do to your body. So that's the best. That's from my own point of view how I manage stress, because I know when things come in, you can't, just sit up and allow whatever it is to drain you completely. I know sometimes it will be difficult, but it is up to
Mm-hmm.
you to be able to
Yeah.
first and foremost know how you can handle it successfully. That's my point. Okay.
thank you, Dr. Shirley.
Yes.
Thank
So
you, thank you. And
Thank you.
should
Dr.
go over
Shirley,
to you, Sherry.
okay, wonderful. Thank you so much, Dr. Shirley. So we have some comments in the audience. So Linda Mims said, I am so glad I opened my phone and y'all were on. Okay. This is just what she needed. And she say, thank you all.
And thank you,
This is
Lydia.
exactly what she needed to hear. Because Linda Mims, she is in a stressful situation because she's been laid off from her job.
Mm-hmm.
So this is just what she needed to hear. Talk about stress management. Then we go to Vera Stansel.
Mm-hmm.
She said retirement could have been stressful for me, but I made a choice to see the positives of this life
Yes.
event.
Yes.
Thank
Starts
you
with
so much for
this.
that, Vera, because you could have went the other way, baby. I know, because it's real. It is so real.
Absolutely.
And then Linda Mims also stated exercise, a prayer life, and good friends is what you need. Thank
Yes.
y'all.
Yes.
So yes, absolutely,
Yes.
Linda. That is exactly what you need. But let's put
Mm-hmm.
prayer out there first, baby, because I'm telling you right now, if
Yes.
you're not anchored to a higher being, because as you can see, we cannot do it ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
We have to be anchored into a higher being that can get, when we pray, that we can get these prayers through to someone that can help us. Amen. That's what we have with
Mm-hmm.
everything.
That's right.
And guess what? A little daily stress is
Mm-hmm.
okay.
Mm-hmm.
Did you hear me? We're under stress every day, daily. It's
Yes.
something going on. Your kids can't find their shoes. It's time to be to work. You late. The car won't start. Oh my goodness. You put it in reverse and it went forward. You see? So come on.
Hey, Sherelle. Hey, Sherelle. You know, all stress is not bad stress.
That's right. That's
You
right.
know,
That's what
my
I'm saying.
research supports that if a stress results in a behavioral change
Yeah,
that enhances your life, that's a good thing.
that's good.
Example, I share with you guys about being late for work. Something happened at home, husband. You know how they ask for something at the last minute and you walking out the door, but you the only one that can find it for them, right? You with me? So, and then you're rushing to get to work, and then there's that train, and then the train stops, and then you send the email, right? So now the stressor is gone. But you know what I did? I found an alternative way to get to my job where I could avoid a train. So that situation, this is when I first started working though, but it's funny how you don't forget things. But that situation allowed me to adapt how I go to work from that point on.
That's good. That's
See,
good.
so that little stressor is not gone. It became a good thing at that point, right? So
Absolutely.
like you just said, all stress is not bad stress.
That's it.
There
It's
you go.
how you respond to it, baby. And we know
There you
we
go.
got to take care of business.
Got
So
to
we're
take
gonna
care of
you
business.
got to
That's right.
take care of business. Always listen, always have an alternative route.
There you
I
go.
don't care what it is. I'm not listening. In relationships and dealing with people, hey, come on now. You better have an escape route for these people out here, okay? Because there's so much going on now. You see what
Uh-huh.
I'm saying? We got to have an escape route, right? Look at everything that's going on. That's the stress of all these shootings and stuff going on. What the
Sure
heck? Come
is.
on now. What is
Mhm.
going on out here? So
Yes.
that's what I'm saying. That
Yes.
stress right there. Just hearing that all the news
Yes.
that's going on around the
Yes.
world. What I
Yes.
do for me that helps me, I turn it
Mhm.
off. You got to
Yes.
just turn that stuff off
Turn it off.
and
Yeah.
focus in on something else
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
positive. Like
Mm-hmm.
Linda Mims said,
Mm-hmm.
positivity, get
Mm-hmm.
around positive
Mm-hmm.
people, that
Mm-hmm.
synergy where they bring that good vibe in, that
Mm-hmm.
positive vibe in. So that's
Mm-hmm.
what we have with everything. So Jen,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna we can go on and on and on talking about stress. But we have another question for you.
Okay.
So what kind of foods did you, in your opinion, like you said, you're not the doctor and all this, but we can
Right.
just use different types of foods to
Yeah.
help us get over stress. In your opinion, what foods would you recommend that can help relieve stress?
Well, I am just so happy that I'm being put on the spot because I did some research and I learned some things, because we don't know it all. And to me, it's a great thing that you're challenged and you can stimulate your own thought processes. And I'm surprised from my list, and I'm going to read them to you, and it's going to surprise you too. I bet you. The
Come
number
on with
first,
it.
the number one thing on this list is they say that you can eat that can kind of help relieve stress naturally. And this is from the country of India. So it's not from the United States. This is from research from clinicians and researchers in India. And they say oatmeal. Oatmeal. Say a long time comfort food is a complex carbohydrate and it works well for working with stress. Then they say asparagus. I've heard before that salmon is good. Any type of berries. I was surprised to read about oysters. And how about dark chocolate and chamomile tea? Now, I know chamomile tea is a relaxant because I drink tea all the time, but I was surprised to see that it was listed as something that helps with stress. So those are just a few things. I was like, oh my God, okay, pretty good. I'm glad that was a great question. Thank you for that.
Absolutely. Jen, thank you for that. You know what? Let's talk about this
Okay.
oatmeal for a minute.
Oh
I
yeah,
told you. I told you.
Go ahead, Dr. Shirley. Go ahead, Dr. Shirley, because we want Dr. Shirley to come on in. Come on in, Dr. Shirley. Give us your foods that you've, in your
okay.
opinion, the foods
Yeah,
that
I
relieve
was
stress.
trying to respond to the kind of foods for me.
Mm-hmm.
These are just mine,
Did she
and
say
just
oatmeal was
like
a
Jennifer
comfort
has
food?
shared hers. I'm just about to share, so you can check out what works for you, what
That's
helps
right.
you get relief from stress.
Mm-hmm.
It's your me and the fruits are melons,
Mm-hmm. That's good.
and then again oatmeal. I heard Cheryl talked about oatmeal, like yeah, diet on a daily basis. And aside from that, I Cheryl said green teas are not what they call it to be, but green teas, and of course also cinnamon teas. Those are great relief for me each time I feel like, yeah, I want to tell you this. Yesterday I had a very busy day, and by the time I got back home I was completely, I don't know, in fact I can't explain the experience, how my body and everything was. So the only thing, like I shared the other time, when I'm stressed, what I do is I have a cool and enter and coil into my bed. And just, even if I don't sleep, I just lay down there for hours. And then when I woke up, I took cinnamon tea, and by this morning, I woke up, I really felt good. So it is you that you need to check out what works for you,
Mm-hmm.
understand your body, how far you can go, so that you don't break down, so that you don't get to a point that people start rushing you. Well, didn't you notice something or something, and all of that. It's your body, it's you that needs to know what's going on inside before any other
Mm-hmm.
person. So don't walk to a extent where you pass out, because
Yes.
sometimes we, as women, we are so enveloped with a lot of things, a lot of tasks. Like
Mm-hmm.
when you are trying to prepare your children for school in the morning. Oh God,
Mm-hmm.
that is
Mm-hmm.
another ball game. You need
Mm-hmm.
to get this one ready, you need to get this one ready, and all of that. Take them, drop them
Mm-hmm.
to school at school, and come back and take care of every other thing. Super
Mm-hmm.
women, as we always call
Mm-hmm.
ourselves. I can do this, I can do that, I can take care of everybody. But when you finish doing that, come back and take care of you. Because if you
Yes.
fall, if you collapse, if
Absolutely.
you pass out,
Mm-hmm.
I want to
Mm-hmm.
tell you, every other person will move on. Life continues. So
That's
be
right.
sure that you take time to take care of you.
Mm-hmm.
Keep that phone out for hours, because sometimes another distraction is this thing we call phone, social media, and all of this.
Mm-hmm.
So check out what works for you, and with that you'll just be helping you. Thank you.
No, thank
And
you,
this has
Dr.
been
Shirley. I mean, like I
amazing
told you.
conversation so far. It has been
Yes.
amazing. Yes. Uh,
We
okay, but
I'm
before we take, I know we have contributions in the comment, but
mm-hmm.
before we take that, let's go on a break, and we'll be right back.
Here we are.
All
We're
right,
back.
welcome back. It has been an amazing conversation that we've been having with the
Mhm.
ladies, and I know viewers has been contributing to this discussion because this concerns everyone. And so far, we have shared what or how far you can help you manage stress. And I believe you have learned, and then again, be ready to improve your healthy lifestyle, managing your stress positively.
Mhm.
Okay, so we have some contributions in the comment. So let's look at what Lydia is saying. Jennifer, if you don't mind,
Everything that could have went wrong today did.
can you
I
read
was
this?
at the
Okay.
wrong 6 a.m. meeting this morning. I just laughed to keep from crying. I'll just try it again on Monday. See, you thought positive, and all the stress is gone. Great answer. And that's what we do. But sometimes people just don't think like that.
See?
Depending on the situation,
Mhm.
you're just not made up like that. That thing could happen, and you could just lose it. And not think maybe I just need to pull over to the side of the road and clear my head and think about what I'm going to do. Great comment. Thank you so much. The next one is from Ethel Coxton, and she said oatmeal is my favorite. I have that every morning for
Okay, so
breakfast. That's how I
That's
start
Esso.
my day.
Esso.
Oh, Ethel, Edsel.
Esso.
Sorry, Edsel. Thank you, Sherelle.
You're
It's
welcome.
good to know that I'm on point as far as the stress reliever. I know that's right, girl. I know
That's a
that's right.
male.
When I did my research and I was reading about things that we could do to manage stress, it was great to see that I was doing a lot of it already. And I understand now why those numbers, when I go have my blood pressure taken when I'm at the doctor's office, and they're looking at me, nodding their head, saying, "That's good, Ms. McNeil. Keep doing what you're doing." I mean, some of the things that I read about was, I know meditation is a good one. I know to meditate, because you're really clearing your mind, you're clearing your body, you're relaxing from the inside out. Laugh more. I know every Thursday when I'm on this show, I'm gonna laugh. That relieves stress. Connect with others. That's what we're doing. I'm connecting with ladies I didn't know a year ago today. That relieves stress. I'm broadening myself. I'm opening myself. Yoga, I knew that already. What about asserting yourself helps to relieve stress? Accepting a challenge, doing something different, allowing you to step outside of your comfort zone, because your mind is now focusing on something else, and all those negative things, you just, it comes in, you see that in your rearview mirror. Yoga. I don't practice yoga, but I've heard that that's a good one for managing stress.
Mm-hmm.
And we had a
mhm.
guest on our show not too long ago that talked about sleep deprivation. I don't remember her name, but she was sharing that she realized that she wasn't getting enough sleep, and she wasn't good for anyone. Stress kind of countered that, kind of hurt that for her. And she talked about how getting enough sleep was really important. And then keeping a journal. Sometimes just writing that stuff down will relieve stress as well. Thank you, Edsel, for that question. Good job. And then I think that's it. There we go. Oh, Vera says, I find that daily exercise maintains balance in
Mm-hmm.
her body and mind. Great conversation. Thank you, Vera. We appreciate that feedback.
Absolutely. I'm telling you right now, it's a lot going on. Everyone can relate to stress.
Hmm.
No one is exempt. We know this.
Right.
And so you talked about the exercises.
Yeah.
You talked about the
Yeah.
exercises, Jen. So
Yeah.
what are some of the physical symptoms? I guess we should
Yeah.
get the physical symptoms. Our body, I call it a metamorphosis.
Yes.
Our
Yes.
body go through a metamorphosis when we under stress, baby, because
Yes.
we act a certain way. Our whole thought process. Because remember,
Yes.
everything starts up here in the brain. We take all that external stimulation in, then it
Mm-hmm.
affects the body physiologically,
Yes.
psychologically, and
Yes.
emotionally.
Yes. Well,
So,
actually,
what are
Sherelle,
some of the physical? I'm sorry.
that is an awesome statement because we've already stated that stress is a part of our lives. We know that. And we already know that you can have negative or bad stress and you can have positive stress. But realistically, is how you manage stress is what how it determines its impact on you. And again, I'm not speaking as a medical professional. I'm speaking as a person just like you guys and our audience, that we know that if you have a problem, if you're stressed out, it's going to get worse regardless of what the problem is. It is going to get worse if you're stressed, because stress manifests itself by attacking those things that you are already dealing with. If you're already a little bit depressed about something and you get just stressed out, that depression is going to become worse. And that's not just Jennifer talking, that's research. I read that. It's going to become, if you are a diabetic and you're stressed out about something, your diabetes is going to become worse. So it's so important that we learn to manage it, so that if you have any of those issues, that you keeping it where it is. You don't want it to get worse. In fact, you want it to go away if you can, right? So we do things that's going to help us. Now, some of the things that I read was that it says that long-term stress, and I think Shirley mentioned that, can cause stress-induced sickness. It includes things that from heart attacks to any other heart-related issues, depression. Now that's another whole conversation. And then what surprised me, that what was
Yeah.
listed was the common cold. That stress can result in making that common cold something worse than what it is or what it could be. So there's a lot of reasons why we should manage it. And I'll be very straightforward with everybody. Physical activity is the best, and walking is the simplest, cheapest, because it doesn't cost you anything, as a way to manage your stress. There you go. Good answer, Jennifer.
I was just getting ready to say, good answer, girl. You did that. You brought that right on through. Listen, you hit a home run with that one, sis. That was it right there. Because you know what? You definitely have to break this stuff down, baby.
Yeah,
There's so
yeah,
much going on in the body. And
yeah.
these illness, like Dr. Shirley mentioned,
Hmm.
stress-induced illness,
Yes, yes.
hypertension,
Hmm.
diabetes,
Yeah.
depression.
I like to share. I was in the Army for 24 years, and I don't remember any discussion about stress until my very last assignment. So by then, I probably had, let's say, 21 years in. And then the issue was stress and the new soldiers coming into the military, to the point that they even had stress cards, right? So at that point, even the military was looking at stress as an issue that impacted the well-being of its military, right? So, the military really was the forefront of a lot of changes, behavioral changes in this world. So, that's is nothing new, you know,
But you
but
know
physical
what?
fitness, that'll do it.
But this is something, when you was just saying that, I just heard, you know what? Even
Mhm,
going into the military can be a
mhm,
stressor.
mhm.
You
Oh,
understand what
girl.
I'm saying? Because I'm telling you right now, we got these young 18, 19, 20-year-old that's going into the military, never been away from home. It's a
Mhm.
stressor to be away from home, from your
Yes,
parents. You have
yes,
never done this before. This is all new to you. So can
yes,
you just imagine the stress that will come over these young men and women that will go into the
yes,
military, knowing that
yes.
they're going to be up under the authority of someone else for the next how many years or months
But
or however it was?
Sherelle,
You better
when
know
you go
it's the
into the
truth,
military,
girl.
the
Huh?
basic training serves as a socialization process where you are introduced to the military way of life. So it's not as abrupt as you may see in the movies. There is a gradual effect, but you know that behavioral change is necessary in order to have an effective unit, whether you are a part of a team or a
Sure.
larger group, such as a platoon or a unit. That behavioral sense of understanding why rules had to be adhered to is discussed, shared, taught in a military environment as a socialization process. And it's not just one individual, it's a whole group of folks that you can lean on. You're building teamwork from that nucleus. But yes, it is stressful. But as those of us who are leaders in those organizations, it is our job to ensure that they learn how to deal with it because you run every day. Those green vegetables we talked about, they're on the menu every day. The ability to sit down and talk to someone, it is afforded to you every day. So although it's a stressful environment, there's also ways to counter that. Hey, I survived it. And there's many people I'm sure that have listening in have survived it as well. And I'm sure if they haven't chimed in, some of them may say, yep, you're right on target, Jennifer.
Absolutely. So with that being said, Jim, we're gonna go to a commercial break right quick. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
Dr. Shirley, we're gonna go to a commercial, then we're gonna come back with 10 minutes.
Welcome to Passion Home Health Services, LLC, a home health care with a heart of passion, providing hands-on patient care whenever and wherever you need. As a primary home health provider, we are focused to achieve optimum level of health and recovery for both patient and their families. With over 3 decades of experience, we are committed to providing you with the best home care through exceptional services tailored to your needs. We bring professional home health care to your doorstep. Contact us today.
Beautiful, beautiful. So due to the time constraint here, Jim, we're going to have you do a couple of exercises right quick, briefly.
Sure.
Dr. Shirley.
It is my pleasure. Since we've discussed ways to combat or to manage stress, I'm just going to share just 2 stretches that I do that it just makes me feel really good. And when you do something good for yourself, that in itself relieves stress as well. So obviously, one of the things that we do is to ensure that we can take a real good deep breath, just take it all in. So I want you guys to stand up and join me and just take a deep breath in and hold it. Hold it. Now slowly release and let that air out. Now I feel great. I'm sure you do as well. Now let's do that again. Let's take a deep breath in. And release. And when I stretch, I feel awesome. Another one that I do that I really, really like is one strictly that I do just for my neck. And it's just a head circle. So we'll start from my right, my left, your right, and we will just go to the side, back, other side, and to the front. One more time. To the side, back, other side, and to the front. Good job. Now we're going to go in the other direction. So we're going to start on this side. Ready? Let's go. To the front, to the side, back, and to the other side. To the front, to the side, to the back, and to the other side. And to the front. Slowly come up. Good job. Arms are out to the side. Now this one, your palms are facing backwards, and you're literally going to want to try to squeeze your shoulder blades, okay? You're going to work your pectoral muscles as well as your shoulders and your back. And if you try to hold that tummy in, engage that abdominal area, it will become a core stretch. Arms out to the side, palms facing backwards. Now just squeeze. 4, 3, 2, 1, and recover. One more time. Now squeeze. 4, 3, 2, 1, and recover. All right. Lower your arms. Now, guys, this is Get Fit with Jen. No heavy duty stretching. You know, I am considered a senior citizen. I'm not going to say my age. I'm considered a senior citizen. So I do stretches that really make me feel good and helps my back because I do have back issues. This is Jennifer Sherrill. I've shown my stretches. Back to you guys.
Great job, Jen. Great job, sis. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, so Jen, due to the timing right now, can you just give us a fun
I really
fact?
love that. I really love that
Yeah,
part.
yeah. Relaxation for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So definitely that was wonderful, Jen. So
Mm-hmm.
we're gonna keep moving here. Jen, can you just give us a fun fact? I know we got the minutes with you. Go ahead, Jen. Minutes
Oh,
with Jen.
you want me to talk about something? Well,
Give us.
a fun fact, something fun that I've done. Fun fact. Well, you guys know I do 5Ks always. You know, if I find one, I'm currently participating in a 2023 year-long challenge. I'm always doing challenges. So on my Facebook page, I instigated or started a challenge, what I call my birthday challenge. You're making me crazy. Now, a fun fact for that is people were posting, but I really didn't know how many people were engaging in it. I'm like, oh my God, when I sat down and started looking and taking names, I had 18 people. 18 people that was involved in that challenge with me. Now, to me, that's an awesome accomplishment because that means 18 people were making a behavioral change in their lives. They were being physically active. And I just believe that's my purpose to motivate and encourage people to do something. So, that fun fact is that I found my purpose from a doctor telling me that I had to have surgery on my back. Isn't that something? I took that stressor and I turned it around to something positive, something that I could do and have fun doing it, and something that I could share with everybody else. And I just love it. That's the
Beautiful,
fun fact.
beautiful. That is great, Jen. Yeah, we definitely all have some fun facts along the way. Dr. Shirley, Dr. Shirley. Okay, she may be going in and out. So Jen, we want you right now, Jen. Well, I'm gonna
Mhm.
go ahead and share some final words. She didn't put the, the fun fact on me, but my fun fact is just enjoying life. How about
Mhm.
that?
Mhm.
Stay away from those, the negative naysayers. Stay away from the haters. Stay away from
Yes.
those don't have your best interests at heart. You
Yes.
know what I'm saying? We can find better people in the world to hang out with. We don't
Yes.
have to indulge in what I call foolery. There's too
No.
many other people that's doing the right thing out here,
Mhm.
right? So
Mhm.
my final words of wisdom, and Jim, we want to get your final words of wisdom first for the viewers. What are some of your final words of wisdom that you can share with the viewers, and
Mhm.
then tell them how to get in contact with you?
Okay. My final words of wisdom is that you need to work out at least 15 minutes a day. If you're not actively engaged in any type of physical activity, first get doctor's clearance if you haven't done so already. You don't want to start something without that. And before you start any physical activity during the day, you need to stretch your body, your muscles, and prepare them for movement because you don't want to exercise when everything is cold. And you don't have to have an elaborate stretching routine, just something simple as reaching your hands over your head, leaning to the left and leaning to the right will work it. Just stretch before you start doing something. So that would be my words of wisdom. And how to reach me, I will put my link tree information in the chat, and it's also on my website page for anybody, which is Purposeful Walking on Facebook.
Mhm.
And I'm also on Instagram as Stripes, Strength, and Lipstick, which is the title of
Okay.
my military memoir. So you can find me there as well. And of course, on my Facebook page, I'm always posting some type of exercises just to kind of keep people engaged, either stretching or just a routine, which I wanted to do today, but we couldn't get the music going. Kind of wanted to get everybody engaged, but that's okay because I might do it next time. I'm not going to stress behind that. it's not going to become a stressor for me, right?
That's right. Listen, I just shared with everyone in the audience under the sound of my voice. Stress management is every day. We can talk about this
Yes.
to the end of times, right?
Yes.
But
Mm-hmm.
it's just very important that we manage stress.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, uh, my final words of wisdom, Dr. Shirley, you want to go ahead and do your final words of wisdom? My final words of wisdom. Here we are. So anyway, I'm sure I'm just going to say this for those of you in the audience: take care of yourself, right?
Mm-hmm.
Make yourself priority one. I don't care what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all see me. I mean, my age don't go with how I look. We're not sharing no ages, but I'm telling you right now. Hello, I do not look my age. I don't look like what I've been through. I'm telling you right now, when you take care of yourself and you look good and just take care of yourself every day, you're not supposed to look like what you've been through. Hello, somebody. Come on
Yes.
through here because it's real what's going on in this world. But guess what I do?
Hello,
I
somebody.
keep myself I keep
Mm-hmm.
myself away from stress by any
Mm-hmm.
means necessary. I
There
don't
you
get
go.
on everybody's platform. I'm not doing it. I selectively and strategically plan to connect with good people. I don't have to
Mm-hmm.
be on everybody what's that, the magazine cover. I don't have to do all
Yeah.
that.
Yep.
I'm on God's magazine cover every day. Come
Mm-hmm.
on now. We got to
Mm-hmm.
talk about the real stuff. And see, when
Mm-hmm.
you start stressing, it can affect
Mm-hmm.
you. We already said emotionally,
Yep.
psychologically,
Physically.
physically,
Yep.
right? And
Yep.
spiritually.
Yes.
We stop praying and everything when we going through some
Mm-hmm.
situations.
Mm-hmm.
So my final words, take care of yourself. Make yourself priority
Number one.
number one.
Yep.
Number one.
Yep.
Okay, you got that? Connect with me. I am Sherelle D. Mims. You can
Mm-hmm.
connect with me on Global Caregivers Network and Global Caregivers Speakers. You can
Mm-hmm.
call me. I like to talk on the phone. 260-218-3377. Connect with your girl. I'm telling you. Let's talk on the phone. Let's talk about life. Those are my words of wisdom. Priority one. That's it. Connect with me. I am Sherelle D. Mims. Back to you, Shirley. What's your final words of wisdom, Dr. Shirley?
All right. It is amazing. Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much, ladies. I know the connection has been going in and out, but we are here. All right. So my final words of wisdom with all that has been said today is make sure you find your place of happiness no matter
Mm-hmm.
what happens around you. Safeguard your space of happiness. Let nothing, let nobody come in there. You need to protect that space with everything you got because, in as much as you're in this world, shit happens. A lot of things people will come in to throw, you know,
Mm-hmm.
unnecessary things at
Mm-hmm.
you, but you have
Mm-hmm.
to safeguard, secure, protect your space of happiness. Find joy anyhow
Mm-hmm.
that you can and
That's
make it a
right.
priority to ensure that you stay above whatever stress is going to come
Mm-hmm.
because like you and I know challenges are always with us. It is part of our lives, and when it comes you should be able to stay up, keep your head up high and be able to carry yourself despite whatever is going on. Like she doesn't like what I'm going through. That is what should be our story. Every one of us, let that thing that is in our face, put on that smile.
Mm-hmm.
Exercise when you feel like that you're having some symptoms of stress. If you know that you need to get yourself relief, get a sound sleep peacefully. Let that help you. At the end of the day, take a moment to also think about what you've accomplished in this life. Good. Set goals for your day on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, and please love yourself more.
Mm-hmm.
That's my final words of wisdom. And then I believe that's all we can take for today's episode of the show. It has been an interesting time. I know we still have viewers that are still putting some comment there. Thank you so much. We appreciate all that you have done. Yeah, Lydia saying I needed this. Thank you so much. We also needed you here, so thank you for being here. And and saying you motivate me, Jennifer. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you so very much, Jennifer. She is really good at what she does. So we use exercises when I worked in construction every day before we started work. Okay, well, so exercises is good for every one of us. Like Jennifer has mentioned, it is number one. So ensure if you don't do the rigorous exercise, just do some stretches. Like I like the one we just did this afternoon, this morning. Just well, simple relaxation. So I love that. Okay, so that's all we can take. And be sure to join us same time, same channel. And before we see next time, stay blessed and protect your space. I say bye bye from here.
Bye
Bye.
bye. Thank you, everyone. Join us next
Are you
week.
looking for a way to improve your lifestyle and find balance in your life? If so, then you need to check out the Stay Fit and Well Talk show. This educational package will help you learn how to live a healthy lifestyle and make the most of your life. We cover a wide range of topics on the show, including fitness, nutrition, mental health, and more. You can watch us live on Facebook and YouTube every Thursday at 6 p.m. WAT, 12 p.m. EST. So if you're looking for a way to improve your life and get healthy, be sure to tune in to the Stay Fit and Well Talk show.